Alright, yo, so I consider myself a positive person. Uh, and I feel like positivity gets a bad rap these days for some reason. Y'all miserable people are just like mislabeling a whole bunch of stuff. Toxic positivity, that bothers me. Like that saying not much bothers me, but that saying irritates the shit out of me for some reason. Like there's no such thing as toxic positivity. I mean, I guess if I told you that I thought that you could kick over a building and you proceeded to spend all day trying to do it, then that was me doing toxic positivity. But when I think of positivity and how I stay positive, I mean, I don't spring out of the bed like a cartoon character every morning, but I am looking forward to the day. I think what I notice is that a lot of people that I'm around sometimes aren't able to be as positive when things go wrong. And my positivity is actually rooted in things going wrong. Like I start at, regardless of what goes wrong, I know that everything is going to be okay. I don't just always wake up thinking everything is, I prepare for that. Like you plan for things to go wrong, like that's life. Things are gonna happen. But like, as the cliche says, there's a lot of power in cliches if y'all haven't realized that yet. But as the cliche says, it's how you react to things. Like a positive mind solves a lot of problems, because if all you see is a fail or a no-win situation, then that kills the effort that you're gonna put into overcoming the obstacle, right? Like I put in some thought about this because I think I heard the term toxic positivity in like 2021, and I forget about it, but every time I come in contact with it, which is not that often, it irritates the shit out of me. And I'm like, yo, I have never been in a situation where I felt like somebody was being toxic about being positive. I need a good example, like for real. Maybe I just never had a good example, but I did think that it was important. Not important, but I felt like it would be good to share with people. Maybe it would help people like change their mindset. Mindset is everything. Grace, I don't know what you're going through right now, dog, but you see I'm talking to the people. All right, I'm talking to the people now. Don't come over here and start with me, man. All right, so like say for instance, some of you may not know that like in my earlier, younger, past life, you know, I had a pretty decent underground hip hop career, was touring and met a lot of my heroes and all of that stuff. So I took time off and started working on my real life and did a bunch of odd jobs and things that didn't make me happy. Made some money, was able to get like season tickets to my Dolphins and everything, but I wasn't happy. And then I started releasing music again in 2020 around COVID, quarantine, whatever we call it these days. And when I first put the stuff out, I expected like a huge reaction. Not like a huge reaction like I was gonna blow, but I expected more of a reaction than what I got. And the first couple releases, I was disappointed. You know what I'm saying? And it changed the way I created. It changed the way that I felt about what I was doing, and like the fun wasn't there, right? Like I was knocking the rust off already, but still though, all I saw was there's a million people releasing songs every day, and how do I gain traction without having to like sit in front of the camera all the time like this? But you know, I try to do it where it's something that I feel passionate about, not necessarily just jumping in front of the camera just so you guys can see me and I can say, oh hey, by the way, I have a song that I just put out. Actually, I do have a song that I just put out on Friday the 13th. It's called S.H.I.F.T. Check that out. Cool video. It's on here somewhere. It's also on YouTube. But anyway, as I continued to put things out, I noticed that once I got comfortable with, I didn't care who listened to it, I still was going to be the first person to play it every night that it comes out. I'm always the first person to play the music. I actually take a shower, get dressed, get all of my party favors, and I have a record release party, and sometimes it's with a friend. Most recently, it's just been myself. And once I stopped caring what day 2 and 3 look like, all the joy came back. I just do it now. I just make it happen. I put it out. I move on to the next song. Just like in sports, you know, the game is over and you want to talk about this L, and I'm already focused on the next game. So that's wrapped into the positivity, right? I had to embrace that my expectations might not be met. But guess what? It's still going to be all good, and I have an opportunity to keep going. And what I'm learning is that didn't mean that music wasn't good. That just meant that I was starting from zero. I was starting from scratch. I felt a little entitled. But there were people that either never stopped or have been putting out music for years that respectfully I had to compete with. And of course I wasn't going to cut through all of that coming out of nowhere, regardless of what I've done before or who I thought I was. But you know, I got traction now, and I still have the same philosophy to where I put it out, I tell y'all about it. Some songs I don't tell y'all as much, some songs I'm in your face every day. So I don't know if y'all get what I'm trying to say about toxic positivity is whack, but really it's just being okay with understanding that life ebbs and flows and everything is temporary. Another cliche, this too shall pass. Like, if you arm yourself with those, man, there's really no reason why you should trip. Like, I'm positive about everything. I don't feel great about everything. Like, I react internally, but you gotta give yourself a moment to be disappointed, but you gotta get right to it. You know, I could tell you stories and stories and stories, but I'm not gonna do that. I think pretty much I said all the key points that I wanted to say, and I didn't mess up, so I won't have to edit this because I think that's whack. I never want to sit here and have a bunch of chopped up videos because then the conversation isn't really real. This isn't a performance. I try to speak from my heart. One more time, The Shift, February, what month are we in? March? Came out March the 13th, Friday the 13th. It's one of my favorite joints. It means something to me. It's actually real. Like, when I say that, I live life, I write life. Everybody's not gonna get it because I'm not talking about the things that y'all care about. I'm not talking about clothes, I'm not talking about hoes, I'm not talking about cars, I'm not talking about J's, right? I smoke weed, but I don't talk about that all the time. I'm not partying. Not to say that I won't have songs that have those things in it, but right now that's just not the vibe that I'm in. I'm in a real reflective kind of, I would call it almost a awakening or a becoming period, fully embracing what I've kind of dimmed for the past 20 years probably. You know what I mean? Maybe even beyond that. You know, fighting the creator that I am, trying to fit into the social norms and everything like that. And there was a little light that just never wanted to go out, and now it just keeps getting brighter. So again, fuck toxic positivity. Unless you could give me a good example. Peace.